Hello, my name is Jim Mullaney from SciTech Process Solutions. Today is May 2nd, 2018. Today I'm doing a video source inspection on a Semi-Tool 480S spin rinse dryer. For the privacy of our customers, we do not give their names out on our video source inspections. These are posted to the web for their acceptance. However, their purchase order number is 71123. This system was not purchased from SciTech. What it was is, besides being the U.S. leader in remanufactured Semi-Tool spin rinse dryers, we also are probably the largest company that does repairs and service for customers. This customer had a problem where their wafers were still becoming wet, and they couldn't figure out what the problem was. They've purchased many systems from us in the past, so they had purchased this one probably 15 years ago from Retech, who's no longer around. Semi-Tool was sold. So what they did is they sent it to us. We went through, we figured out all the heating issues, worked on the ACR valves, all the heating elements and so forth. It's running beautiful now. So what I'm going to do is, I would normally go through our refurbishment program, but we didn't refurbish this one. I'm going to just go ahead and run it through a cycle, feel for the hot end too, make sure everything's running good. What you see here is they have the countdown where they have the auto cycle on. Some people don't know why they think something's wrong. If you have auto cycle software, it'll count down, and if you don't run the tool before it hits 0, it'll go into slow RPM runs to clean the chamber. So they happen to use 8-inch and 6-inch wafers. This one's set up for 6 right now. It's the Entegris A194 60 MB cassette. For this video, I modified the customer's process. They had a very long dry, and they might have had that dry in there because they were having a problem with the wafers being wet. For this video, I put in the traditional process, which I will show you. Rinse. I'm going to rinse for just 30 seconds for the video. Then you have the purge for 30 seconds. This is one of the big issues. The purge was not working, and the water was staying in the DI lines, and what was happening, it was being pulled out during the dry cycle and splashing back on the wafers, but that's all been fixed. Dry 1 is 60 seconds high RPM. I'll talk about that when I do the video. And then dry 2, 240 seconds for 500 RPM. So now that I've got there, I'll just simply go back to the screen, and we'll hit start. As you can see, it's rinsing very well there. Not a problem. Even though the customer sent it in for repair of one thing, we go through their whole tool for them. We clean things up. We redo some of the wiring, making sure everything's buttoned up nicely. Everything looks good. The system is going through the rinse cycle. It'll then go through the purge. The dry cycles for Semi-Tool traditionally are a dry 1, which is a high RPM. It's meant to sling the water off of the wafer, substrate, and rotor. And then it goes into a low RPM, which is elongated RPM. It uses hot end 2, centrifugal force, and the bowl heaters to dry everything. You will not see the bowl totally dry. Again, there were studies at Semi-Tool that showed that if by having some water spots in there, they would trap particles. If you have a totally dry bowl, any particles will become airborne and can be relodged back on your substrate. See, we're purging nicely right there, and we're going to go into dry 1. There we go, 60 seconds. So what I'll do now is why this is going through the process. I'll talk about our website and some of the support we have. At SciTech Process Solutions, we are, again, the U.S. leader in remanufacture of Semi-Tool spin rinse dryers. For the S model, the F model, and the ST, those are the 3 traditional versions. We have 100% spare parts. We have 100% service. We do controller repairs, amp repairs, every kind of repair needed. If you go to our website at scitechprocess.com, which is down here, www.scitechprocess.com, the first 7 buttons you'll see are all Semi-Tool related. The first 3 are for tools. We supply all tools from people doing 1/4-inch pieces of substrate all the way to over 300 millimeter. And we can do any of the sizes. We have complete reconfiguration capability at our company. We can build new frames. We have our own poly shop. We can reskin poly. We have everything. If you go to the next 3 buttons, it's all the spare parts support. This one being an S model would be button number 4, first one down of the 3. And we offer all the spares for the heater blankets, for the ACR valves, for the PSI sensors, for the amps, controllers, rotor stop positioner, everything. Talking about the controller, this is the Semi-Tool 101 traditional controller. Okay? What SciTech has done, we have designed a new, it's called the Slick Device S1. It is a state-of-the-art replacement controller that's far and away better than any controller available to any company in the world. It uses diagnostics. It's a smart controller. We have capability of controlling N2 flow. We can track the customer's heaters, their anti-static modules to give you input if they're working or not. We have full diagnostics. We have multiple recipe capability. There's a total of 20 total recipes. And it's off of the current platform of technology. And we designed it so it's an exact retrofit into this same box. Form, fit, and function. It fits in perfect. All the connections on the back are the same. So if this old controller, if someone has it, but it's getting old, and they start having a lot of errors, they can simply remove that, send us their tool. We could refurb their tool so it's like new, add a brand new controller, and for about 25%, maybe 20% of the cost of a new rinser dryer, they've got a rinser dryer better than any tool they can buy on the market today. Excuse me. One of the features of our new system, it's called the Slick device again, on our software, we have what's called the N2 Saver feature. It's a button that we can do is by pushing that button, whenever the system becomes idle and the wafers have been removed, we automatically turn off the LPP, low pressure purge. That uses about at least 75% of all nitrogen while the tool is idle. By doing that now, the customer can save anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 and even more if they have a larger tool per year annually. We're the first controller. Our new slogan is it's the only spin rinse dryer controller in the world that pays for itself. Our payback analysis that we supply to customers is anywhere from 12 to maybe 16 months. Usually it's a lot shorter than that, than the 16. What we can do if a customer calls us and gives us their utilization rate, that means how often in a 24-hour period it's actually running. Not ready to run, running, because when it's idle, the N2 would be off while it's waiting. And then we have historical data given to us recently by large semiconductor companies of the cost of N2. If the customer gives us their cost of N2, we have a formula and a nice PDF brochure we can send them that will show graphs and their exact savings and the payback time for the controller. And then after that, they can save money for all the future years. We're in dry 2, another minute to go. A good example of our controller is that, let's say you have, I don't know, 20 rinser dryers in your facility, 10 or 20. If you can save $5,000 a year on N2, you're saving $100,000 a year every year because you have upgraded the Cytec Slick device controllers. We think it's a no-brainer for most companies. We're selling these controllers like hotcakes nowadays. Every order that we get, people upgrade to them. Once we get a customer that has 1 or 2 in the fab, then they start retrofitting all the rest out. So we feel we're going to definitely be the market leader on replacement controllers throughout the world for the semi-tool spin rinse dryers. Okay, we have 32 seconds left. What we'll do at the end of the process here, back here it's called the rotor stop positioner, known as RSP. It's a piston that will shoot out. It rolls against a cam assembly, and what that does is it will then find the flat on the cam that uprights we call the home position, which is 12 o'clock. And then I will hear the door release with the air. As you see, the air you can't open the door now. When it releases, I can open it. I will take the substrates out, make sure they're nice and warm and dry. I'll feel for the hot end too to make sure everything's working, and then the customer will be happy that their tool is repaired. Alrighty. The 101 controller, the RSP fires at 75 RPM. Alrighty. So I heard it release. So I can already feel it's warm in there. Alrighty. See, wafers are nice and dry. And that was a short process compared to what you can do. Let me go ahead and feel for the, yep, nice and hot. Don't want to burn my hand. N2 is working beautifully. So we have repaired the customer's controller. Rinser dryer. It runs perfectly. I talked to you about the countdown. Notice how after the process started, it starts at 3600 and starts the countdown again. So again, if this would hit 0 and it hadn't been ran, it'll start automatically. That will conclude this short presentation on the repair services and capabilities of Cytec Process Solutions. If you want, you can call us at 916-797-9000 and ask for anyone in our sales organization for any spare parts and service pricing. You can also go to our website, and any part on our website has a link to contact sales, and that will actually send us a link to the page that you're talking about and the specific spare part you need quoted. Again, my name is Jim Melendi from Cytec Process Solutions. Today is May 2nd, 2018. Thank you very much.